requires some patience from y'all.
Is this the thing I posted about?
Yes,
yes. Okay. Internally posted.
So, if you've been playing Warframe in a long time, you know that we had the classic renderer, and then we had the enhanced renderer, and then we, took a while, and then we phased out the classic renderer. All of the color encoding, we kind of lost some color fidelity going from classic to enhanced. We gained the ability to render a whole bunch of lights faster and all this kind of new fancy stuff. So with this next update, we're going to try to get some of that tinting fidelity back. It will go pretty smoothly.
So I think the interpretation of that is, here's what's going to happen. The update's going to go live.
Yep.
Some of you are... Did Leonard get Daryl? I don't know.
No.
Okay, the update's going to go live when it goes live.
Yep.
And then you're going to go in your arsenal and you're going to be like, oh my god, why does my frame look like this? And then you're going to send us a screenshot and we're going to go through that. Is it certain colors or certain character assets?
It's certain assets.
Right. So we just need to see the assets so we can better bring it back to what you had, but with the new polypass. Like, for instance, I logged into test and my Trinity, I was like, oh my god, she's not orange anymore. Where did the orange go?
Yep.
And then it was like, oh my gosh, that character needs to be updated with the way we render color. And then it was fixed.
But most of the things are more vibrant and kind of closer to what they were in the classic render. And then we have other fixes, like skin, for example, has a reflectivity problem where it looks kind of yellowish.
I have that.
It will make all of those problems much better. So there is a benefit. So I'm underselling it right now.
So if you're a Warframe player and you think your character looks too dim after the Kome update, what do you do? Tag Steve on Twitter?
You don't tag me on Twitter. You put it on, you make a post on forums.
Or tag Steve on
Someone is asking if my hand is okay, because maybe they see me, like, showing my sore hand. Yeah. I have soft, buttery programmer hands, and my friend Eric took me to a driving range, and man, my hands just got mangled from that.
He's a CEO and he started golfing. Can you believe the stereotype? What I
did could not be called golfing.
Yeah, the stereotypes are starting to line in.
Hello, Steve. Can we have an accessibility option on PS5 to turn off the touchpad because I keep fat fingering and using abilities? So that's a good one.
Touchpad.
We'll make a note of this. I think that's pretty good.
I'm actually surprised that's not just a system-wide thing.
Eason says, for iPad, is keyboard and mouse support possible? We should also take a look at that.
The
obviously.
Bluetooth attachments.
Yeah, obviously we should take a look at that. We have people watching this, I hope, that are making notes. My hand is okay, but yes, I have many blisters on it.
Speaking of iPad, we did a hotfix yesterday on iOS.
Mm-hmm.
We fixed the German black screen issue. This was, it sounds like this was the...
Yeah, we got a lot of one-star reviews from that one.
Yeah, that was. We're sorry to the Germans.
Sorry about that. We had message of the day in German, had an extra line feed, and that blew up a whole bunch of stuff. Who knew?
Yeah.
Who knew? You shouldn't hit enter twice. Don't hit enter twice. Vulture06 says Steve is a left-hander, and he's right, or they are right, whoever they are. I am a left-handed baseball player and golfer.
Wow.
There you go.
Wow, you're an athlete.
Yeah, nope. So, Radical Piano Man keeps asking us. I'm going to read it out.
They're a heavy golfer.
Steve, are we getting towel-free Rome? I think in the future, but nothing to talk about yet. But I have seen your question many times, and I'm reading it out loud.
You've changed as a CEO, man.
Really?
You're golfing.
Oh, come on. I'm for the people.
You're golfing.
Steve-based left-handed. So it's weird. I'm not left-handed for writing. I'm left-handed for everything else. It's very strange.
Speaking of Steve, Prelude 6 is out this week. How are we feeling?
Prelude 6 is out, and we slowed enemies down. That did not get positive feedback.
Oh, okay.
Some of the animation fixes we've done for less sliding did get positive feedback. And we had some work-in-progress puzzle stuff that people were curious about that isn't quite ready. But we're working already hard on our next update, which is going to be adding a skill system progression to Silver.
Is it going to be called Prelude 7?
It's going to be called Prelude 7, very creatively.
Wow. All right. We also in Warframe have Octavia and Nezha Prime Resurgence are live as of last week. And important note, and this says important note, so I better read it. Otherwise, Sam will get very mad at me. Important note, Ember in Rhino Prime Resurgence is still live. It's live for only 38 more days exactly. So if you're a procrastinator for 38 days, I don't want to hear it. If you want to buy Ember for her heirloom and Rhino for his later, now is a good time to buy them or farm their relics. And then, last but not least, Cross Save Dojo Showcase Autumn 2024. Submit your dojo for prizes. So this is super cool because we're doing the Cross Save Dojo where you can actually visit someone's dojo on other platforms, and we're going to be doing a showcase to really lift up and show the dojos, the awesome dojos you've made that are maybe different platforms. So the showcase is open. You have forum posts dedicated to you if you want to submit your clan dojo to be part of, or included in the potential finalists and stuff there. So Cross Save Dojo Showcase. They're awesome. Very cool. Pablo and I was looking at dojos the other day. So just looking at what players have made. It's super cool.
I think you sent me a couple screenshots.
Yeah,
this morning. Very cool.
Yeah.
What you guys do with that stuff. So impressive. Just Amateur asked Steve, any thoughts with Rebecca on increasing the amount of weapon frame slots a new player has? Feel like it could be very helpful for new player experience to not have those slots as much. We talk about this kind of stuff very often. It has obviously consequences. We're a free game, so it has consequences for how much we spend on the database side. And so that's why we don't go super crazy with that stuff.
But we do have more to talk about closer to 1999. I think we've been looking at some of the biggest wins we can have for players that might be interested, or players playing. We really want 1999 to have a lot in it that addresses as much new user feedback as possible, including veteran feedback. So that is to say, Kome has actually a ton of new player stuff in it. There might be a dev workshop going live this week, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong, Taylor, I'm sorry. But we're getting as much new player stuff in as humanly possible in this update, and then also in 1999. So we will definitely take a look at that. Thank you for your comment.
Yes, we're always looking at that stuff.
My phone turned off. Oh no, I don't. Oh.
How much time is left? We don't know. No Name says, Steve, is it possible to get what is it?
10 seconds. Is it possible to get what? Is it possible to get what?
It's possible to get regional price adjustments for some countries. We do that now and then. We tend to follow what the big players do in those spaces to generate those local prices. So we take our cues from Valve, we take them from Xbox, we take them.
It is done.
Not too bad. 35%.
Good morning, Hank. It's Tuesday. Today I'll be sharing with you an opinion you might find surprising about a fact you didn't previously know. Or perhaps I'll be confirming an opinion you already had with 30 minutes of context that helps you to understand that what you were already inclined to believe is in fact gospel truth. Alternately, I'll be revealing something new and deeply personal about myself. I actually do have a surprising opinion here, but we'll get to that shortly. First, a broad observation. For most of us internet citizens, algorithms decide what we think about and how we feel to a remarkable degree. I know this because I've been emerging from a depression, and part of the way I've been emerging from it is not engaging with algorithms as much. Like when I watch TikTok, I am letting TikTok decide whether I feel happy or outraged, whether I am looking at cute puppies or the horrors of injustice, and whether I am sympathetic to or disgusted by certain ways of thinking. The only choice I make is whether to engage in TikTok. Like, yes, you shape your algorithm in the sense that it finds and uses your particular vulnerabilities, fears, wishes, and joys, etc. But the idea that I decide how I feel after opening TikTok is a lie that I whisper to myself in order to go on. But the surprising thing I learned during my month away from algorithms is that the actual world is also in the business of deciding how you feel and when you feel it. Like, while I was recovering, I went fishing, and there are certain ways you can improve your chances of catching a fish, but to a large extent, it's just a pretty randomized reward, and mostly you just sit there drinking Miller Lite and saying things like, I guess this is why they call it fishing, not catching. But then suddenly you are catching a fish, and it's very exciting, and then you're releasing this slithering creature back into the White River, and you're like, I want to do this again. I think I'll cast again and see if I can go back to catching instead of fishing. Another time during my break, I went on a walk in the woods, and I felt okay. I felt sad sad, but really calm, if that makes sense, because I'd been working on spending time in the natural world and breathing outside air and trying to notice sensation, the wind on my skin, the visual static of leaves moving in the breeze, the sound of blue jays piercing through the sky, and so on. I still felt very sad all the time, and like life on Earth was a big old joke with humanity as the punchline, but the sadness was no longer like crushing, it was sort of survivable. And some of the reason I felt this way was because of the woods, right? Like the natural world and my being intertwined with it was itself lifting my spirits. And then a coyote came out of the woods and stood directly in my path staring at me. Now, could I beat a coyote in a fight? Maybe. I mean, they're relatively small, I'm relatively big, but on the other hand, they're like seasoned predators practiced at the art of survival, and I'm like a depressive Indiana resident practiced at the art of Instagram. So I felt a surge of panic. Energy coursed through my body. It wasn't so different than when I sensed a threat from a disparaging comment on TikTok or when a big news story was breaking live on Twitter. I was in the middle of a drama and I was an actor in that drama and I didn't know how the play was going to end. So I had been feeling kind of vaguely sad but okay about being sad, but now I was feeling something else, something specific and super intense. Fear, excitement, dreadrenaline. Anyway, then the coyote casually walked back into the woods as if I wasn't much of a meal or much of a threat, and I felt this huge flood of
You aren't
relief.
either.
And so it's not only algorithms that decide how we feel and what we think about. Even in the so-called natural world, I, the purported captain of the ship of myself, do not decide how I feel when there is a coyote in my path. Algorithms are in the business of working with our biology to recreate those intense and singular experiences of the natural world. The randomized rewards, the intensity of feeling, etc. They put the fish on the hook, but only occasionally. And they put coyotes in our path quite regularly. Remembering that these technologies are using my biology, exploiting my biology to turn my consciousness into their capital, is one of the central things I want to hold on to as I return to the internet. Hank, I'll see you on Friday.
decoded the message. The remaining enemies must not report back to their command. Eliminate everyone. They are broadcasting another message. Make sure the enemy never receives it. We are in total control. Keep fighting. Message decoded. Leave none alive. Clear out the remaining enemy forces.
importance of clarity and purpose.
Alright. Wow. I don't want to spam as many abilities. Do 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 boo 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 boo. What do I want to listen to next? Right.
What is that shirt? Oh, it's my DILF shirt. It's the Damn I Love Freedom shirt. This is my 4th of July fit. This should take about 2 hours. Yeah, assuming I don't pee my pants 5 times and have to keep changing my trousers. I should be okay though. I'll be brave about it. Horror games really just get under my skin, you know?
Meh. I watched the other one.
Hello guys and gals, me Mudahar. Playing video games underneath Linux is like being in a terrible relationship. One day things are swimming, they're great, you're talking about getting married. The next day your testicles have been snipped clean off in the middle of the night, okay? Not something you want to go through, alright? Ladies and gentlemen, this morning I woke up to the balls being snipped off. Now, for anybody that doesn't know what's been going on, if you're a video game player and you're underneath Linux, all of a sudden, literally today, Linux users can't play GTA Online anymore. This to me is pretty important. I'm a pretty heavy Grand Theft Auto player. I love GTA. I made several videos on my channel, and I've talked a lot about GTA Online. You know, specifically when things like the cheating situation goes out of proportion. My IP addresses used to constantly be getting leaked. I mean, there was a period where a DDoSer took down my streams simply because playing on Grand Theft Auto Online just gave my static IP address, which that's what my ISP gave me. Guy just kept nuking me with DDoSs, and boom, that's pretty much how things go. Now, this game used to work pretty fine underneath, you know, my actual Linux operating system. In fact, it was one of the few games that I was actively playing online. And my history with GTA is one that 11 years ago, I remember distinctly starting my character out on the PlayStation 3, importing it literally within a week of the PS4 release, and then immediately copying that character over to the PC when it released there, okay? I bought Grand Theft Auto 5 more times than I want to admit. And honestly, I've enjoyed playing this with one of the best friends that I've ever made in my entire life. For a third of my life, me and my buddy Amaru have been playing through Grand Theft Auto Online. I've been making money. I've been buying everything in the expansions, okay? Grinding like a mofo, all right? Buying as many supercars as I can. It is a guilty pleasure for me. And as of today, that guilty pleasure has basically...
Just doing some of the... Steel Path, watching some videos. Trying not to pass out. I'm tired. Haven't had much caffeine today. How about you? Get my background music going. Ah, makes sense. I'm hoping you're enjoying it. Do you have the router? You're fighting your lich. Do you have the Rauta shotgun yet? I'd recommend that. The chick at the end of the mission will sell you the shotgun. So, this chick, Dormazone. Eventually it'll load. One of the hidden shops that most people don't ever go to.
And whose business are you about today, Drifter?
Mine.
Secrets out of you. Have you noticed that
So,
hold only comes into
Rauta Blueprint, Rauta Barrel, and Rauta Receiver, Rauta Stock. So it takes 12, 24, 28 points. Where do you get the points? The last time we went to the Deviri experience, we fought Colvero. That's where you get the points. Each time you fight him, you get a certain number of points. I don't remember how many. But every time you fight him, you get the points. When the spiral is in the anger spiral, he'll show up. Because the island is there. If it's not anger, the island isn't here. So you just kind of, whenever it's in the anger spiral, you go in and do a thing as quickly as possible. It's not terribly hard, as you saw. You know. And excuse me. Like I said earlier, trying not to fall asleep. And then you can buy the Rauta from her. It's the thing that I use with the hammer because of its special effect. So if you need to do some of those runs, let me know and we can do very experience runs. Excuse me. Let's see. It is. You said. Yeah, the shots from it gives you combo count. So that you don't have to actively build up your combo count with the weapon to get it to incarnate. I mean, it's not terribly hard to bash things with it, but it's way easier just to go bam, bam, bam. Okay, now I've got a 6 times or a 12 times combo count. It's so much easier just to shoot something like 3 or 4 times with this because that's its passive. its unique trait is every pellet that hits an enemy increases your melee combo count. And it increases your combo count duration by 7 seconds. So your combo count doesn't go down to 0. You get an extra 7 seconds. And then when you add dexterity, that's another 7 seconds. When you add the secondary dexterity, that's another 7 seconds. So you got like 21 seconds just with those 3 and the weapon. So it means that your combo count doesn't drop very easily. So it's really good. And then if you do like me and I run Matarai changes it so you don't drop to 0 anyway. Physical damage and operator damage is increased by 30. And then where's the one? Is it Matarai or is it Naramon? I think I need to have Naramon on for that build. I think I've got the wrong one on right now. Yeah, I think it's Naramon. You run Naramon. This one. Yeah, melee combo counter now decays while out of combat by 5 instead of the whole thing. So that's the other thing. And then it increases... performing a slam... Since I usually have a high combo count, I get additional bonuses when I go to the operator. Kills from melee attacks grant more affinity. If things are lifted, I get more damage. It does lift them when you do a slam, but they're always dead, so you don't really get to use that one. Yeah, I usually have that one on. How many points do you need, the Banes, to buy the thing? Calvero's gun. I can go back and check real quick. It's 12, 12, 28 total. You have 11. So, I mean, you can get at least one piece. If you get one more point, you can get the blueprint. So, like, in one more run, you can at least get the blueprint, and you may be able to get another one. I don't know how many runs you've done and how many times you fought him. It's the envy spiral right now. So, is it an hour? Oh, Lord, man. I'm telling you. Yawning right now. So just keep an eye out for it and run it whenever you can. Go do this other interception. Excuse me.
For active invasions.
Game. What you doing, game? Game's being like, I'm gonna be weird.
Tower capture. Beginning stream decode now.
D, huh? B? Get off that. D again. Do. Murder. Oh, so I got stacked up 2.27 million. Sure, I'll clear out the center. You're dead. A lot of people want to be friends with Stalker.
Message decoded. Leave none alive. Clear out the remaining enemy forces. Try and capture another signal. Be careful though. The enemy has surely rallied stronger reinforcements.
And 100.
This tower is ours now. You have captured a radio tower. We have lost control of a tower. This tower is ours now.
Get off that console. Oh, okay, that's done. Back to B again. One of the reasons why I use this weapon that I'm using is when these guys are on a console, I can literally push them away. Like this guy, watch this. I shoved him off the console. Even if I don't kill them, the Stropha has the ability to move enemies. If I get close to them and pull the trigger on it, it will relocate them. See, it knocked him down. So even if it didn't kill him, he can't continue to hack the console. Now, I have it built enough to where it will kill them. So it's sort of moot. It also will murder them. But at super high levels in the game, you know, I may not kill them. It's a dude over here in this room.
We are dominating. Keep it up.
So, like, I may not kill this guy because he's got overguard, but I'll still knock him down. But I did kill him. So for these interceptions where they have to hack a console, I bring my Stropha. I can just walk up and be like, move! And I'll shove him out of the way. He's like, stop that! Ooh, bad guy. Come at me, bro. You're down there, huh?
Cannot allow the enemy to learn of our espionage. Eliminate the remaining enemy personnel.
Oh, there's a bullet jump thingy. I need to do more of those then.
You are a blade. You exist to strike. You strike to win. The lesson ends.
I did 43% of the damage. Not too bad. And the, I don't know what Tavish is. They're, the Saren Prime. They did 28. That's one of the things that the game that I play with myself when I'm playing the game. It's like, can I do more damage than the randos? Right? Because, like, MR17, MR20, Legendary 2, and a Gara. So that Gara has, like, a really high damage frame. I can blow up maps on my Gara. But they did the third, like, they were in third place for damage. Only the Gauss did less damage than it. By the way, my Gauss, I can also blow up the map. And, like, I can get top damage on any one of these frames. Saren, I can get top damage. Gara, I can get top damage. Gauss, I can get top damage. So the game I play internally with myself is my build and play style, which I'm lazy. I'm not usually paying that much attention. Half the time I'm talking to, like, you or Dan or Hayden or, you know, any one of a bunch of different people, right? Old Man Fat Cat or Amelia, if she comes by. She hasn't been by in a while. But yeah, I'm usually talking to somebody about some stupid thing. But with half paying attention, my game is, can I get the most damage? And then for level 2, can I get over half the damage? Or level 3, can I get over 75% of the damage? Or level 4, can I get, like, S tier and, like, zero out my teammates' damage? Or super S tier, can I buffer overrun and do so much damage that the game doesn't have a number big enough and I have to reset to 0 and start climbing back up again? Which we did yesterday. But it was a long mission, so that's how I was able to do that. Since it was like a long mission, it just couldn't hold a number large enough for the amount of damage I had done in the mission. So we reset back to 0. And I started climbing again. Let's see, what's next? I don't know. I have different, like, frames. Like, this is Equinox. Equinox is my... I'm not really going to try very hard frame. She murders a lot of stuff without having to think about it. Who's this assassination? Venus? Vasa. Buddhist? So where is Vasa? Vasa. The Jackal. Stompy leg guy. We'll go after that with Octavia.
Warframe has at its disposal a special blade, a Parazon, as lethal to technology as it is to flesh, disrupting the.
I kind of forgot about that.
Remember, the Jackal's auto repair precepts could make this a battle of attrition you will lose. Watch for an opening and remember your Parazon. Could be a weakness. Loosened grid wall. Stay ahead of it. Tenno, use your Parazon. The auto repair system. You'll need to disrupt it with your Parazon. Watch for an opening. Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching. Tenno, use your Parazon.
I should be invisible. And he's dead.
You have sent a clear message to the Corpus today. Their war profiteering will not go unpunished. We've got robots.
Let's go.
Your will was greater. This is good.
Didn't really do much in that one. Only had 3 kills. Dante, how did you take the most damage? You have overguard. What? And a Hero and a Dante, and we took a lot of damage. We should have invulnerability from Hero. Dante should have given us overguard. Right? Yeah. Weird. I think I'm gonna watch a video too while I'm at it. On the back rooms.
Weird window placement too.
Oh, okay. Look at Arnold Schwarzenegger. I didn't expect to see cameo Arnold Schwarzenegger. I'm very excited about that.
If he broke into my house, I'd be all right.
Yeah, I'm not gonna argue with that.
Yeah, oh, I was just so excited. I was just so excited to see him.
I'm sorry, sir.
Hijack.
Hey guys, and welcome to GT Not Live.
I'm gonna pause this. Have I ever showed you the peaceful way to do a hijack? Like the no-kill way. Yes, when you're AFK. I'll do the disruption then.
Are you enjoying the view?
For today, I am so wet.
What?
I am so
I agree.
wet.
Ash.
We just got here.
I am soaking wet. So for those of you who don't know, I have a lot of meetings all day long. I mean, Ash can attest to this.
I can attest to this, yes.
And so sometimes when you are on less essential meetings or meetings where you are having to talk less, it is nice to rise up out of my chair and take a stroll.
Yes, I agree with that.
Do the old walk and talk, as we say.
Yes, indeed. I myself like a good Ash dash.
I like that you specifically have the Ash dash.
Yeah.
That's nice.
It's branded, you know?
That's good. I want a branded one. Sam, can I have a branded one?
Yeah, you like to take your time and go on mat laps. I got the A sound.
I like it. It hurts him, and so I like it a good bit.
It hurts him, and so I like it a good bit.
I might need to take a mat lap after that one.
No, stop. The off-rhyme kills me. You are slowly killing. You found my weakness. If I was a boss in a video game, this would be like my big glowing button. No, hit the big glowing button. You're injuring him. Keep going. Okay, we'll workshop it.
Yeah, anyway.
Anyway, I do walk and talks, or Ash dashes, but not as Ash. But today, it was very rainy outside, and so I went out and didn't expect it to torrentially downpour while I was out there.
Oh, yeah.
But definitely the rain picked up while I was in the middle of the mat lap.
Yeah, you were.
Woo!
That's gonna stick.
I threw up a little bit in my throat, saying that.
That's a Matt Yak.
Yes! Yes! Finish him!
Well played.
Thank you.
Well played. I hate it, but I appreciate it. Thank you. So anyway, I got caught in the middle of a torrential downpour, and Ash can also attest to the fact that I came back looking like a soaked rat.
I wasn't gonna say a rat, but you know.
A rat pat.
Ooh,
A
rat
mat
pat.
rat. See, that one rhymes.
I like rat pat.
Yeah, so anyway, I have changed. I have changed because luckily we just have stockpiles of clothing
Yeah.
that we have reserved from various merch launches and old stuff, new stuff, across the board. But that being said, we didn't have a lot of pants in stockpile, so my pants are soaked.
Okay. Well, hey, you mentioned new stuff, right?
I did.
What's that new stuff you're wearing?
Oh my god, I'm wearing a new jacket.
Oh my gosh, it's so funny you say that. Me too.
Oh my gosh, we are both wearing new jackets.
That guy was annoying. I couldn't take his bubble
those of
down.
you who aren't aware, there is a new merch that has launched as of this weekend, actually. And it is a highlight of the game theorist and film theorist. Oh, there are doggos!
Who let the dogs out?
Anyway, hi. Yes, there is a new collection of merchandise that's available right now at lumenofficial.com, and it is a new slate of jackets, all inspired by the old red jacket back there. One for each of the channels. You have yellow.
For food.
I like the black one.
The red one for film back there, and also just the iconic red jacket. You have a blue one that is for style theory. Also got a black one, which is the one that we have here. And we could have made a green jacket, which I thought about.
Yeah.
But I always wanted to do just a very neutral black jacket that could apply anywhere across the board, which is what we have here. So this is also one that when we ran polls around what colors people would want, they wanted a black jacket. So, but you'll notice that even if you have collected any of the colored jackets in the past, they're all this time with new liners, which is very cool. Each thematic or just a fun contrast color or whatever. There's new shirts as well, but you know, if you want a cool new theoristy jacket, this is it right here.
Yeah. Oh my! And the black jacket. You know, you kind of look like a member of the Rat Pack. You know, Dean Martin, Frank Sinatra.
No one knows.
Rat Pack.
No
It's kind of all coming together if you think about it.
I refuse to think about it.
No.
Does
no one know what I'm talking about?
Certainly not.
Oh. Okay. Well, if you know what I'm talking about, leave me a comment and give me some solidarity, man.
So those are available right now. Gotta catch them all the colors of jackets. Yeah, as I kind of
97%, I zeroed out 2 people.
On the channels, and with this one being kind of like last man standing, as October approaches, it felt appropriate to do kind of like one final launch of my signature
One
item,
guy
which
got
is the jacket,
3%.
which is why they're available right now.
Yeah. No,
What was
it's really
they?
exciting. Some of these t-shirts, they
Excalibur.
all reference various episodes and memes and moments for each of the individual channels, right? So we have a sick clap and a half shirt. Whoop. Booyah. Food Theory has the blue raspberry shirt, actually. And if you're familiar with the motif of like 90s mom kitchen, where they pick a fruit and they just put that fruit everywhere, it reminds me very much of that, which is very fun.
All the fruit everywhere. No.
You get back yet? Just checking to see if I had ever told you about how to do a hijack without killing anything.
Now you might be wondering if I'm holding back on y'all. Dream.
Mark mods or resources. Oh. Railjack. Railjack.
Till then.
Railjack. Riri.
Operator, you have remembered well.
What's this build? Yes, yes. Eyes.
Stand by while I analyze the intelligence profiles of the Grenier. Error, not a number. Did the operator enjoy this witticism?
$40 and $81. That's almost 100K. Shard shot.
Who have we got on the line?
Free rail jack.
I don't have a line.
Just 3.
Time for Nora to say goodnight.
Sure. Let's do that one.
The 90s Mom Kitchen, that is a very good reference point. That is accurate to what that shirt is.
So instead of like grapes and apples, which I think were very popular fruits that the 90s mom selected, imagine blue raspberry. Very nice, very cool.
I do gotta say, you know, I'm a bit bummed. Like, that none of the new hosts are really jacket people.
I mean, I guess so. Tom is probably the closest.
Tom is closest, but he tends to wear more like, not as structured of jackets. His tend to be a little bit more slopey or a little bit more bomber style.
Yeah, a little free flow.
Yeah, I like the structure.
Yeah, you have those like angled lines.
I need angles.
Yeah.
Like a robot.
Like a robot angles?
Yeah.
Yeah, just like moving in an angular way.
I'm very uptight.
Ah, I see.
Stiff and upright.
Yes.
Yeah.
Easy to draw too.
Yep, that's right. Stiff, upright, and easy to draw. That's me. Hey, so anyway, those are available via the link down in the description below. You should check them out. Available for a limited time. They are great jackets. I love them. They are my favorite design, and they fit nice. And also, at this point, I believe we have figured out all the extended sizing stuff, which is one of those things that Chimera historically struggled with when we were working with them. It was important for us to get it right, and through a lot of trial and error, these jackets actually, I think, go up to 4XL, and Lee had his and was really happy with how it fits, and so we were finally able to like dial in the perfect sizing, which is great.
Yeah, it's a huge win, and also I believe this collection isn't pre-order, so you can
That's
order
also a
it,
good point.
and then it'll ship, and you'll get it. Woo!
Right? No waiting at this point. That's another thing.
Yes.
Anytime, and this is just fact of the matter behind the scenes stuff. Anytime you work with a new partner, there's always this like learning process or this kind of like figuring out how to do things right, and how to kind of like iron out a lot of the wrinkles in the process. And I've been more removed from a lot of the merch stuff over the last year, but it's one of those things that I think at this point we figured out, like we as the entity have figured out how to best work with like Chimera as the preferred merch partner. And yeah, at this point it's like all the extended delays that things had and stuff like that has all been ironed out. So it's available and ships as soon as you order it, which is great.
Go check it out, y'all.
Across the board. So if you want a jacket in like 2.5 weeks or whatever it is in terms of shipping time, it's there. Got it.
That's awesome.
Ready to go, which is great. I
Such
love
a
it.
win.
Yeah, such a win. So anyway, collect your Legacy Edition jackets today. Also, everyone was in like a weird Full House video.
Yeah, for sure. So, you know, 90s Mom Kitchen, 90s advertisement, 90s feel, rock and roll.
Dean Martin, let's go.
Dean Martin, let's
go, Dean Martin.
Prototypical 90s.
Speaking of things that are 90s inspired.
Like being like in your 90s, perhaps?
Yes, being in the age of a 90-year-old.
Yeah.
Correct. Speaking of something I haven't seen in 90 years, Backrooms is back?
Yeah, the Backrooms is back. Rooms.
Thank you. Thank you for that.
Yeah, how many bad puns can you
Why?
fit into a witty banter?
The rear
Weird.
containers have returned with found footage number 3. I'm surprised by this, actually.
Right? Me too.
So, for those who don't
I
know,
saw it the other day.
Backrooms by Kane Pixels, a hugely popular series a while ago at this point, went on a pretty extended hiatus for a while shortly after he sold movie rights to A24.
Right.
Right, as I recall?
Yeah.
Yes, you're fact checking me on this. It's one of those things where basically Backrooms was crushing it on the internet. We did all sorts of videos about it. It was awesome. Gave him a Streamy Award for his work, all this stuff. And then all of a sudden A24 is like, we want some of that. Let's make that into a feature film. And then they purchased the rights to it, or like picked up the rights to it. And then things went quiet, right?
Yes.
Which I'm assuming is because they now own the rights to the Backrooms, or like cinematic versions or video versions of the Backrooms, and a lot of the iconography and naming of it. So I'm actually surprised to see this before a movie comes out.
Yeah, it's, you know, it's a little interesting, right? Because as a lot of y'all know, the Backrooms started as its own like creepypasta after like some series of 4chan posts, right?
Yep.
So Kane, in and of himself, doesn't like own all of the Backrooms in terms of like what that concept is online. And so A24 wouldn't technically either. It's more of like Kane's interpretation of it,
Yeah,
right?
they would own his interpretation. It's actually really fascinating, right?
Yeah.
I think, so when you pick up the movie rights to a thing, you own the visual interpretation of that person's version of it, right?
Yes.
So, the reason I know this is because when we did Game Lab all those years ago as a YouTube original, we wanted to do Five Nights at Freddy's as one of the episodes that we themed in one of our episodes around. And when we approached Scott. Scott's like, yeah, 100%. I just need to double check with Warner Brothers, who owned the rights at the time, because, make sure that there's no problems there.
Right.
And then Warner Brothers came back and said, heck no, that's a competing product. And so we couldn't actually use the name or iconography from Five Nights at Freddy's, which is why we ended up switching it up and going to Five Nights at Candy's.
Right.
Which allowed us to still riff on it, and they can't own someone else's IP, even though the IP are very similar, kind of thing. So it was one of those where they saw us and us depicting like animatronics or bear heads or whatever would be competitive with their visual product, which is why they weren't allowed to do it. And that was one of the reasons why I was wondering if Backrooms went quiet for so long.
Right.
Is I would expect if I'm A24 and a traditional, for me, like if I were picking up movie rights nowadays, I'm like, keep putting out videos to keep the hype train going, so that way when our movie comes out, people are there, Backrooms is on top of everyone's mind, whatever. But because A24 and traditional movie companies are operating with an older mindset, I would expect in that contract to be like, you cannot release anything with hazmat suits or the yellow wallpaper or anything with any of these characters mentioned or referenced, because those are things that we now own or have primary license to because we own the movie rights.
Yeah, and that would make sense, but I also wonder, to your point, if that's part of what's happening here, right? Because also, when you're a young director, you have your hands full with a lot of responsibility, right?
Yep.
Being a director of a movie is no small thing. And so, if we're putting all of this together for, for another YouTube video entry, this could be charging the audience and getting them excited again. In that way, that will help the movie and see how that fits into the timeline as we have seen it through YouTube.
Yeah,
My ship's really running away from that.
Went quiet for a while because Kane was limited in what he was able to use and show as a part of the channel anymore, which is why he pivoted to a new series.
Right.
Or, to your point, it could just be he busy. He working on movie. that takes. I mean, Mark's good doing the same thing, right? He was working on Iron Lung, and so his uploads drop on his YouTube channel because you have this other larger project that's happening in the background.
Like, I totally understand if you feel like kind of backroomed out, because it's Backrooms movie, then it's Backrooms YouTube. It's a lot of rooms in the back.
So many rooms in the rear. Lot of posterior containment vessels.
So true.
Absolutely. So this is long.
45 minutes and a single second, it appears.
Oh, thank goodness. That single second's gonna make all the difference.
Yeah.
That's where all the lore is.
That's our part 3.
Part 3.
that 1 second.
We are gonna analyze 1 second for all. I like that you're already assuming that we're at part 3 at that point.
Oh, for sure.
There's no chance of us getting this done in one.
Certainly not.
Maybe we will. Maybe we'll be super efficient.
Yeah, maybe we could cross our fingers, think positively, and we'll just get to work.
Cross those fingies.
Fingies crossed.
We got them.
Got it.
So, should we hop into this? Is there any other prefacing that we need to say here?
No preface from me.
No preface from Sam.
No preface from Ash.
No preface from Ash. No preface from me. So let us commence with Backrooms found footage number 3. Anything in the... Ooh, we... 3 hours ago / 4 hours ago. Well done, guys.
Yeah.
Well done. Well done. We're on top of it.
We are. I mean, we were waiting for this. Originally, this video was supposed to premiere about a week ago, but Kane put in a community post that there were some, I think he said it as like mundane but important legal things that needed to get ironed out, and it seems like they have. So here we go.
I'm impressed that they were able to iron out legal things within a week.
Right?
My experience with legal things takes much longer than a week to iron things out. So good.
Speed run.
Speed run those red lines. Let's find some footage, shall we?
Woohoo!
For a third time, footage shall be found.
Let's do it.
Already we can see them. I just felt weird not pausing within the first second, so.
Right. I mean, it is technically 2 seconds, so.
See, already we're speeding through this thing. That is a spider.
True.
That's accurate.
So true.
92.7. You know that's a thing.
92.7.
92.7 FM. Jams Goldsboro.
Let's go, Goldsboro.
Ooh, Ocean County's best variety.
Ooh, the Treasure Coast's #1 for new country.
Oh, listen live, Charlotte.
Ooh, KEXP, Bay Area.
Oh, One Radio, 92.7 FM radio.
W224 DKFM, 92.7 MHZ, Durham, North Carolina.
Great. So we're not 100% sure where this is.
No, it could be in Orange County. It could be anywhere.
Literally anywhere. Oklahoma City bombing. Wait, did it say Oklahoma City bombing is what it seems like it.
Yeah, that was. I want to say early 90s.
That was 96.
Oh,
close. I was close. 95. Okay, so that already tells us date.
Okay.
So April 19th, 1995. But this is new updates in the Oklahoma City bombing, so that would be slightly after April. Huh.
Right, 95. It's a busy year for the backrooms.
Right, a lot happening. Whew. This filming, by the way, especially that shot of the Ferris wheel.
Hey, welcome back.
How all my family's videos look like in the early 90s.
Mom whipping out the camcorder.
Earlier I'd asked if I had ever
just super like jolt.
You were AFK. But I asked if I had ever showed you how to do a peaceful hijack mission where you don't murder anyone. And I'm watching the video on the back rooms. The shockwave on this thing is just silly. I hit that thing over there and killed it from here. It's almost a ranged weapon at this point. Blast the radiator. Please, AI bot. Thank you.
Radiator down. Away crew, expose the next radiator. Radiator naked. Hit them with all we have got. Prototype destroyer on lockdown. Rupture the hangar's core to disable lockdown. It will take some time to parse these millions of files. Meantime, enjoy your new chance. Enemy in retreat. Surviving Vernier will spread the word. Mission resolved.
That's one of 3 Railjack missions done. What you wowing about? Why for doth thou wow? Yeah, the shotgun charges this thing up so that it can just unleash. That's the one reason why I like using the shotgun with it. The mace does good damage. No. By itself, but when it's in its incarnate form, it does really good damage. So I much rather prefer incarnate weapon to get the really good damage. And it's okay smacking stuff with the mace. It's not like it's terrible, but I'd rather not. I'd much rather just shoot something with it a couple times and have, you know, a 6 times combo count, and then just smash the mace into the ground to get the high damage. Because the mace does like its default slam attack, it's 35k. Sure. And then in the incarnate form, it's going to do 48k. Just on this like frame without all the extra buffs and stuff. What mission you need? And you get to pick the frame that I go on. Which will depend on how I do the mission. Fixing my mouse pad. There we go. Ambria, Earth. Little fly lady. Okay, cool. Titania. Railjack. Tit. Oh, Kadoki. Alright, is this on Friends? And not public? Hopefully it's not public. I don't like randoms coming in and like borking the mission. Like if it's something that we're specifically doing, I'd prefer not to have randoms. It's okay. So I sent you an invite. Like, if I'm going to, like, show you how to do it right and help you with it, then I'd rather be on, like, private or something, you know? So I'm on Friends. On the other hand, if it's something that it doesn't really matter, we can just, you know, be on public. So it kind of depends on the mission. Okay, put it up. I'm on friends only at the moment. Okay, so with this frame, you kind of erase it. Okay. I'm gonna pause the song. Questions. I've already heard this one. Why are you repeating? On random, but jeez. You just don't want to hit the lasers. The problem is people are going to see you, so they're going to set off the alarms. You just gotta go quick. So.
I need you to get inside enemy data vaults and retrieve crucial intelligence data. The target console is
So I'm going to use ciphers.
Trigger the alarms now. The enemy will start destroying data.
Whoops. Up to this one.
Tenno, be on the lookout for increased security measures. Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching. Data extracted.
That one's done. Whoops, that's a window. I'm on the way to B. Straight down.
Excellent work.
That one's done.
Extraction with no alarms.
On the way to C.
You're nearing the console. Trigger the alarms now, and they will start destroying the data.
Come on, laser bar. Okay, fine, I'll go underneath you. Okay, then there's a hole here at the top. You're just gonna go through this.
Data extracted. They won't
Wasn't the cycle kind of laser bar.
We have everything we came for. Get to extraction.
I don't have the patience to wait, so.
Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching.
That's it. Mission's done. Spy mission, 3 minutes, 32 seconds. I don't think I had any alarm set off. The first one had an alarm, but it was after I'd hacked the thing. So, here you go. Pretty much the same as if you play Wukong. You just use the flying fart bubble, take the same path through it. A little bit safer because Wukong has a shorter detection range than Titania does, and Wukong doesn't attack the enemies like her butterflies do. or butterflies do attack them, so it will eventually set off the alarms. So she's a little bit more dangerous. You just have to go fast. You just got to know that the alarms will be set off because the butterflies are attacking the enemies. And if it's the corpus ones or the ones that have the little drones, when they hit the drones, it will set off the alarm unless they can one-shot them. And you're welcome. There's no need of help. Alright. How's my thing baking? It done? Nope, 34 minutes. I nuked dinner today. Ooh, leftovers. Awesome. I nuked the leftover rice stuff. I don't know what that dish is called. But the wife made a bunch of it yesterday. The wife didn't have to make dinner today. She got to bed early. I'm gonna go back to the Railjack and do some more Railjack missions for the Nightwave. Oh, I could also show you how to do the peaceful thing. I don't know if you want to come with me for the peaceful thing or not, but I'm going to go ahead and do that because I have that left to do. I just need my range build. No, that's the Terminator build. I think I'm going to have to make the one viewer chosen. That'll work. Swap. Nix. I don't care about guns. I mean, I can have them on. It's fine. Doesn't really matter what they are. I don't want that one because it explodes. I don't really want to do damage. Sure, that's fine. The important thing to do if you're going to do a beastful build is not to have a sentinel on that does damage. So Helios is fine. Take off his weapon. There we go. Now I can do it. I'm going to leave the squad though. There we go. So it uses Nyx, and the build that it uses for Nyx is a range build. So like ranged bit of duration. The good thing about my Helios 2 is that he will rebuild shields if I have the right build on him. I don't. Hair kit. Shield. I want that build on it. Guardian. Boost the owner's shields. Haha. That's the one that I wanted. The only one that I really care about. Maybe shield charger? What's that do? Yeah, shield charger's fine. Repair kit's fine. Sure. Synth fiber isn't necessary. Primed animal instinct, yeah, that's fine. Primer gen, that's fine. Need anything else? I mean, not really. scans things. That's always good. Healing owner. That's not bad. Welcome back. I'm putting on a making a quick build for this guy that I hadn't done in a while. Vacuum. I don't have vacuum on. Ah, nice. Could put coolant link on. Repair kit. Oh yeah, repair kit. That's fine. Repair kit. Sure, man. There. That's fine. Okay. Let's put that one on. Now he's not going to shoot anything. He has some health regen. He'll refill my shields. It's all cool. Okay. So the thing about the mission is you want to use... You're going to, like, confuse the enemies. And not really... You're not going to shoot them. They're just... You're going to have them shooting each other. This exploits one of the ways the game's made is it doesn't spawn in... It doesn't make enemies. It moves them. As long as they're not in combat. So... If the enemy is fighting somebody, it's not going to move them in front of you. It's going to leave them where they are. So she can confuse them and cause them to fight each other, which will leave them where they are. So you have all the enemies on the way to the hijack confused and fighting each other. Then when you get to the hijack core, you're riding it and they're back there like shooting each other, but usually the higher the level of the mission, the more durable the enemies are and the less they can kill each other. So you're just fine. So the confusion starts.
Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching.
You just kind of run through the map, confusing everybody. So they're fighting each other.
Good. The tram has been rerouted. It will now draw power from your shields in order to keep moving forward.
Jade Light. I can't move off this right now.
Protect the core. We will destroy it in space. The consequences of a rupture here are unthinkable.
Jade Light's annoying.
So far, so good. Keep moving the tram toward extraction.
Now, if enough of the enemies shoot the Jade Light guy, he won't follow me. I don't really want to shoot him.
You have reached the midpoint. Disposing of these cores will be a massive blow to AHEC.
I'll let you guys fight it out amongst yourselves. Now the downside is, I did get hit with that.
We will build the cores faster than you can destroy them, Tenno. Mark my words.
The little electrical slam, that really takes your shield down.
You are nearing extraction. This is the final push.
And they're just back there fighting them amongst themselves. Stop shooting at me, people. Play with each other. There we go. I didn't shoot anybody. Peaceful edition. Never pulled the trigger. Just confused them. Didn't even need to bring any guns. Now, I took 100% of the damage. I did 100% damage. 5 guys died. Not much I can do about that. It counts some of the things towards you. So, not much I can do about that. But I didn't do it. They did that to themselves. Not my fault. They could have chosen to put down their weapons at any time. They chose murder. Wasn't me. Okay. Now I'm going back to Railjack. I kind of want to snack on something, but I don't know what it is. Alright, all the ships are dead. All the little ships. And get out and go kill the big ones. That's the wrong button. That ship's busted. I should probably pick up all the goodies from in here. Boom. It's right there. I was kind of checking to see where the kill range of this weapon is. And there's another one. Oh, Mr. Tallyman, tally me banana. That ship's done. I tend to find it like quicker just to like kill the ships. Like when I solo these, I just fly to the ships and murder them. Where'd that rock go? Right there. Cool. Alright. Then trying to fly the ship to it. And then line up with my pilot and all. And then shoot it. One is a drain on resources, and the other one is I get extra resources. Because going inside, I get the resources. I'm inside the ships. Shooting it, I use the charge shots, which I have to craft more of, which takes away my resources. And either way, I have to get my ship lined up and close to it, or I have to go to it. So either way, it takes travel time. I used to have people tell me that it was faster to just shoot them. I'm like, oh, it is. So I would go in and kill the ship before they could shoot it. Over and over again, I had to prove this to people. I'm like, no, it's not. I eventually stopped having the argument with people. Because there's too many people that, like, it's not a wrong thing to do to play the game, to play a game the way the developers intend. Because they totally intend you to shoot the cruise ships with the forward cannon. That is the intended way to do things. You're also a sucker if you do it that way. Like, one of the people that I watch, the spiffing Brit spends a lot of time like just playing games in unintended ways. Like breaking games in unintended ways. Because most games are perfectly made and well balanced. They work as intended. None of that is true. They're not perfectly made, well balanced there. Made on the rush with a crunch and not balanced at all. One more of these. Let's see, were I able to do the boarding party? Let's get some more boarding parties going.
That's all we have time for.
Mission complete. Excellent work, Tenno.
The Grenier expedition is moving with speed toward an empty point in space. Strange. They know something. Investigate. Grenier interceptors alerted. Contact imminent. Good luck. Ram sled launch. Optimists inbound. Missile battery. It has to go. Standard op. Infiltrate and flag the core. Execute.
Missiles.
Maintain anti-fighter cover. They are about to break. Ram sleds inbound. Roll out the welcome mat.
Too good of a pilot. Let the ram sled hit us.
Remaining fighters are being called off. Excellent.
Dang it. Dib, what task did you complete, girl? Next.
We have one less cruise ship to be concerned with. Direct attention to remaining targets. Enemy cruise ship has arrived. They are powering weapons.
Where's this cruise ship? Down there?
Cruise ship down. That is up space. Cruise ship has gone bye-bye. Cruise ship reinforcement has arrived.
Down that way. Which is first?
We have one less cruise ship to be concerned with. Direct attention to remaining targets.
Alright. Why? What hit me? That guy.
Cruise ship reactor has detonated. Pretty.
Missile platform. Yep, because I got an engineer. Crisis averted. I ain't gotta worry about shit. There is no hull breaks. It's already on. The engineers already fixed it. Get over it, man. It's already fixed. My girls be working their butts off. What? I can return to Railjack, but there's still a bunch here. Why? You're kidding me. I haven't even gotten past the first room. Is it just because I've hit him so hard? The game is like, really? That's kind of silly game. Missed. I didn't even get to this round. Yeah. True.
Figures like that help keep one's ego in check.
Still didn't do that. Ugh, man. We'll get like a Pop-Tart or something. I don't know, something to snack on. That's a shop I haven't been to in a long time. I see a little silhouette of a man. Navigation. 5 tuna. Be right back. Galileo, Galileo. Broke up. I'm fine, but I have not been collecting minerals for you, so I can't give you much. I'll never hang out on your planet.
If Solaris United is gonna be what it once was, things need getting done. Run your optics over this. Interesting. Authentically handcrafted by colourful locals. Your call.
I was wondering if they had updated the shop, but apparently not. What's a good relic rack right now?
You are here to find our target and bring them to the extraction point. Happy hunting. There are void fissures in the area. Use these to crack open a relic. You're near a fissure. They're dropping reactant. Use it to crack open a relic. The reactant is working on your relic. Find more. Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching. Scans indicate our target is in the vicinity. Find them. Target located. Bring them in. Excellent work. We'll interrogate the captive back at base. Your part is done here, Tenno. Well done. Your turret is open. Marines inbound.
Ready or not, here I come. Whoa. I ain't slept in days. I don't have a grand owner optics right now. Tiny bit more important than the former, which is what I want.
Captive back at base. Your part is done here, Tenno. The system continues to fall into chaos. Check navigation for active invasions. You are here to find our target and bring them to the extraction point. Happy hunting. There are void fissures in the area. Use these to crack open the relic. A fissure. Defend yourself and use reactant to open relics. Corrupted foes are dropping reactant. Use it to crack open the relic. Don't forget the reactant.
Ugh.
Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching. You cannot let our target know we're here. Track them down quickly. Mission complete. The captive has been escorted to the extraction point. Well done. Well done, Tenno. Your relic is opened. I'm detecting a large security force heading your way. It's the Grineer.
You're dead, dude. Are they useless? 'Cause they killed you. I should probably be in here.
Excellent work.
Weird. Something's not working right. Had to do it that way. That was dumb, guys. Yeah, fucked that up.
And bumpy.
Focus, a thing of the past.
No.
Focus, a thing of nothing. Like, no one knows that you have to focus things.
No, it's up to your interpretation.
Right? No image stabilization whatsoever. No thought that, like, oh, I should probably hold the camera steady. It's like, oh no, this will totally read fine later.
Yeah, your dad is like looking at what he wants to be filming, but he's like filming the grass as
Yeah.
he's walking
that's him
towards
dog.
it.
Like, yeah, this is it. Oh, the lens.
Exploiter orb.
Duke. Duke shirt. Interesting. Okay.
Huh.
So maybe we are in.
In North Carolina? That'd be
Hello.
wild.
Back to the hotel that night and listening to the footage, I realized I recorded a Planto exec joking with the DPR manager about the sick kid referring to it as the bug-eyed one.
Okay, Okay, so he's talking about Monsanto. He said I was talking to a Monsanto guy. So Monsanto is one of the big corporate owners over like the fertilizer and seed world. Very popular in conspiracy theories.
Huh.
Because they're horrible.
Oh yeah, Monsanto is they're big into like a lot of the pesticides and stuff like that. It's an agrochemical and agricultural biotechnology corporation.
They're the people who made
So
aspartame?
they own the copyrights, I believe.
Sweetener that we
off
eat?
Of a lot of seeds, specifically, major producer of genetically engineered crops. They're one of the like largest companies in the U.S. And as a result, they are the subject of a lot of different conspiracy theories. What a DPR representative? I don't know what that is. DPR, members of the DPR selected. This is Indonesia. I have a feeling that this man is not talking to the Republic of Indonesian representatives. Could be wrong.
Seems like we have representatives from everyone in this found footage.
Okay.
I realized I recorded a Planto exec joking with the DPR manager about
A
DPR manager.
I don't know what that stands for.
What would
data?
Right? What is the DPR team?
Digital product development?
DPR construction project. What would this be? The Dream Perfect regime.
Ooh.
That's clearly what it is.
Huh. DPR.
DPR manager.
I could see it being data protection something.
Yeah, but again, remember, this is 1995. Like, data protection was much less important and relevant.
Oh.
My dog's gonna ring the bell soon.
What is DPR?
Detailed project report?
Yeah.
The detailed project report manager?
That's a long title.
Right? It's a long title. So a Monsanto executive is joking with this guy. One of the other things I'm also just tossing out here is, so we start with Oklahoma City, so 1995, and we're flashing through all these different scenes of like Spider, Fair, this and that. I'm wondering if this is but you'll notice the quality of this is actually much higher than the quality of everything that came before.
Yes.
So one of the things I'm wondering is this, because you think about how old camcorder tapes worked, you would tape over them, right? Like you would reuse them a bunch of times because it was expensive and that's just what you did, right?
Right.
And so I'm wondering if this is a series of images or a series of videos that were taken across time and slowly overlapping one another. So even though we're starting 1995 Oklahoma City, it's, this could have been taken 5 years later or whatever.
Right, on the same disc with like a better model.
I love that you're even calling it a disc. Back in the days, they were small. They were cassette tapes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it wasn't disc.
In the camcorder?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, I had ones in like the early 2000s that had like tiny discs
Well, yeah,
that
that's
you put in.
that's cool. That's early 2000s.
Yeah.
If you're looking at like a 1995 camcorder, yeah, you're putting in like cassette tapes, not cassette tapes, but like VHS tapes back in the old days, or you had like mini tapes. Yeah, let's see if I can find a mini tape. Yeah, like these guys. This is what my family had. These like little tons of these guys.
Neat.
Yeah, which were small enough that they were easy to carry and easy to put in your camera bag and easy to fit into kind of like a smaller camcorder, but still a cassette-esque tape that you then, it was actually a headache because you had to then upscale them through a VCR to fit onto a normal like VCR tape.
Huh, okay, interesting.
Yeah. So, but as a result, you would rewind it and retape over it, rewind it and retape over it, rewind it and retape over it, which is what I'm wondering happened here.
Yeah, like a partial rewind and then re-record over this part of the cassette.
Yeah, over and over again.
Okay.
Okay. So Monsanto.
Reported a Monsanto exec joking with a DPR manager about a sick kid referring to it as the bug-eyed one.
That's mean.
Referring to it as the bug-eyed one. So referring to the kid?
It seems that way.
Is the kid it?
The sick kid, the bug-eyed one?
Maybe. Or is it another entity and he's just, it's a vague statement there.
It is.
And sure, I like making fun of disease kids as much as the next guy, but right after that...
Brutal.
Dead baby jokes popping off. Yikes. I remember that. That was a popular form of joke around the old college campus when I was in college.
Diseased children?
No, not diseased
Just
children,
dead
like the
baby
dead
jokes.
baby jokes back in the day.
Dead baby jokes.
I never found them. I'm not just saying this because I'm on camera. I never found them funny, but I had friends who thought they were the funniest thing.
Wow, that's interesting.
No, did you not go through the whole dead baby comedy trend?
No,
It was a big thing for a while.
Unfortunately,
Right, yeah,
I'm
no, it's
familiar with it
terrible.
as well.
Yeah, right?
Me too.
Okay,
Like 2006, 2007?
this would have been, 2006.
Okay, great. I was in kindergarten.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so this was before your time.
I would have been the dead baby.
You were one of the lucky ones.
You made it through.
Yeah.
Well done. Yeah,
Go
no.
me.
Oh, you're so young. Oh, wow. Man, way to put my age into perspective. Yeah, 2005, 2006 would have been the era, because I'm thinking about it, I was an RA, and like a lot of the kids that I was like supervising back then would go around and make these like dead baby jokes, and
That's bizarre.
they weren't funny, but it was very like of the time.
Okay.
How do you know about it, Sam?
I was fairly young during that time as well, but for me, like, it was just through middle and high school. That's when teenage boys started to get really edgy.
Yeah.
And it was, they weren't really jokes. It was just the punchline was the phrase dead babies. It's like, knock, knock, who's there? Dead baby. And it's like, it was like,
it was stupid stuff.
okay,
It was
like,
so dumb.
it's not funny.
No.
You know,
That's
like,
bizarre.
Yeah.
Wow.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
It was big.
Huh.
Uh-huh. Or at least I heard it a lot in a lot of circles. And back to found footage, shall we? 44 minutes to go.
Minute and 4 seconds.
One of them basically admitted to fault, which, mind you, they aren't doing publicly at all. They said something along the lines of, well, hey, if we accidentally push out the entire county, we might just get that ranch you always wanted.
The ranch?
Push out the entire county, you might just get that ranch you always wanted.
Oh, I get that ranch I always wanted.
Yay! I I've always wanted some goats.
Finally, I get to ride a pony.
Yay! After all those years of putting it on my Christmas list.
So I do, and again, this is one of those where I don't know the specifics, but I could see what they're really leaning into here, and what it really seems to be playing off of is this idea of like Monsanto. One of the things that I've read about, right, is because they own the patents over genetically modified seeds, when those seeds cross over and cross-pollinate or pollinate into other people's farms, historically speaking, and again, this is me speaking just vaguely off of stuff that I know, take everything I'm saying with a grain of salt and do your research. I remember reading this years and years ago.
Yeah.
Is the idea of when those seeds would cross over into rival farms or other farms that weren't using Monsanto seeds, they would try to claim that land as their own or claim those crops as their own, or have to burn the crops because it's like, hey, you are illegally using our seeds when by the laws of pollination in nature, they're just blowing in the wind, right? So like, there's a reason why a lot of their policies historically were held up to scrutiny or questioned, or it's like, hey, what you're doing might not be fair for the farmers, and as a result felt like an excessive land grab to a lot of people, which might be kind of what this is referencing here.
Okay, I see. Where like they genetically modified the seeds, like they kind of made those genetics, but you can't control the spread of it.
Correct.
And so it would be questionable to say that because you made that gene and it spread without your control, that you would then claim that new plant.
Right, exactly.
Okay, interesting.
Right, it's complicated, but they were using that, or at least what people perceived is they were using that as a means of like controlling more either territory or eliminating competitors, or making sure that their seeds are the only seeds available and on the market, limiting genetic variety and this and that, but to this idea of like, oh, and then, haha, you might get that ranch that you always wanted by pushing out the farmers. This is all part of that, right?
Yeah, that's icky.
Yes, correct. There you go.
Corporate greed.
Fun times. Yeah, patenting genes for your food products.
Yay.
Great. Weird stuff. Oh.
Fucking A, man.
Yeah! You tell him. Woo! See, he agrees with you.
Yeah! Classic nostalgia owl.
Is that a classic thing? Are owls classically nostalgic?
Yes, okay. There are so many videos online right now of like POV, you woke up and it's 2006. Not dead baby jokes, but like they make they make an environmental kind of like aesthetic for you, and they play like the nature sounds of like that owl at that specific cadence, making those hoots. And then there's like, oh, a picture of like the Barbie house that you used to own, and like this kind of candy, and like Smencils, and like that sort of thing.
Smencils?
Yeah, dude.
Smelling pencils?
Pencils with scents. They came in tubes, and they had scent markers, like little stickers on the top that told you what flavor the Smencil was. And then kids would take it off.
Were they actually called Smencils, or was this slang?
No, they were called Smencils.
What?
Yeah.
I'm eating a popsicle.
The smelly markers.
Yes.
Okay,
And watching the video.
Those thick boys. Well, it's actually it's a very specific brand of marker.
Yep, I know exactly what you're talking
Yeah.
about.
It had those like, oh, it was almost vintage the way those like drawings were made, right?
Yes,
the little cartoon
100%.
characters.
Yeah, here, smelly markers.
Mr. Sketch.
Yeah, Mr. Sketch, there it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, these guys, the thick boys.
Oh, classic.
Looks like we killed it. I don't know if I did any damage.
Have Smencils, because I never had smelly pencils.
Smencils, dude. Oh, yes, in the tube.
$300 for this pack of Smencils right here.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like these are a different branding than I had. Where I don't think we had the little dies at the top. Yeah, it used to just be a flat top on this tube, and people would pop off the tube and just like snip it.
and then they would create a vacuum tube that would launch the pencil up into their nose and impale them.
Yeah, so you'd actually get 2 tubes, and then do it both and do flavor combos.
It was like air up for pencils.
It really was. It really was. That's so true.
Retro nasal olfaction. Yeah.
It's not magic. It's science.
That's awesome.
It was
wow.
great.
Did they smell good?
Yeah, I liked the cotton candy and the bubblegum ones.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so nostalgic owl.
Nostalgic owl, Smencils, Barbies.
Backrooms.
Backrooms.
This is Robbie. I'm in the upstairs at Fairmont.
Fairmont?
Yeah, that's. I was just calling to ask that you guys anybody's supposed to be checking out the downstairs today. Okay, so no like maintenance or anything.
Duh. It's not the profit ticker, it's exploiter orb. Oops. Well, that one's easier.
Is he just hearing random sounds? Is that what it is? Nothing is checking out of the downstairs. Hey! Hey, yous! Gets out of here! Hey!
Someone there?
That'll be plenty.
Flash it a little bit. Give it a little flip. Give it a little flip flop. Get out of it!
I'm stepping.
I'm coming down there now! You best be watching out!
Let me put it on friends only. Go do this.
Oh, there goes the. Oh!
Oh.
I feel like you could have just as easily opened the door.
Did he have a cartoon character down there who needed to make an escape?
Wile E. Coyote slams through. Right?
Huh. That's an interesting shape, too, of like glass breaking.
It's awkwardly short.
Yeah.
For like an entity that would be breaking through.
Right?
Like it's not like an adult shape. It's kind of low. They also took the curtains off of the bar.
That's what's getting me. Like, why? Just yoink the curtain to the side. You don't need to take it off the rod, right? Because it's hanging on by at least one of the rings.
Right.
At the top.
So it's interesting, right? Here. Where's the broken glass falling? So it's weird, right? The curtain pattern isn't really matching what I would expect the glass pattern to be doing here. Because the glass pattern suggests that this is someone who is inside bursting outward, right? Because the glass is down here, outside of the house. But the curtain is hanging in such a way that it feels like it should have been, you ripped it down and then ran through. As opposed to if the curtain was up and you ran through it, then the curtain and the glass should be entangled with itself. It's weird. I'm trying to gauge what exactly happened here. So was someone trapped in the basement and ran out? But if you're inside the house, you should be able to just unlock the door.
Can you go back a few frames? I want to see the floor inside, right? So stop there. Because already we have like two of these little chairs that are awkwardly like right on top of each other and also in front of the like exit. I don't know if that was someone got up there. Also, curtain rod. Oh, I guess there is that like, is that where the wall kind of jets in towards the door?
Right, but is it the curtain rod breaking or is it the wall? Like, I think what you're seeing is the wall.
Yeah.
So here's wall, and then this is the door frame.
Right.
Right there. So it does seem like the rod has been either removed or ripped off.
Yeah.
That's why these are hanging loosely.
So they're just like thumbtacked into the wall.
Well, they're attached to the wall mount, right?
Come on, AI, you can do it.
That the bar is on.
Yeah.
But we've definitely lost the curtain rod as well as the finials. Filials?
Here, I'll appear for you so you can.
I have no idea.
It jump started into actually doing something.
Ends or tops of things. I believe they're finials.
Like a curtain rod aglet.
Finial, there it is. This. Yeah, these guys.
Oh.
Yes, a curtain rod aglet. Well done.
Yes.
Yes, the aglet is the end of your shoelace. The finial is the
Look,
end of a curtain
there's a person out here.
Yep.
Okay, interesting.
Great word.
Right, finial?
Great
It's
word.
a useful one. I actually use it more often than I expect. Is this glass down here, though? No, that's just wood.
No.
Is he going to give us a closer look as he walks forward?
I would assume so, right?
Ain't be broken.
Oh, that's a mat.
Hey, someone here?
So it broke in, is what which would align better with the curtains. Because if he broke in, then he's running through the curtains. The curtains fall in, and that's why they're inside as opposed to being pushed outside.
Okay. Yeah, I can see that.
Right?
Yep.
That's really making a big difference. less back rooms and more bottom rooms. Oh. No.
Weird camera movements, man.
You just open it. That's a very, very roomy closet. Some good storage space in this building.
That's true. Maybe you could take some of the stuff out of the entryway and put it in here.
I respect this. Oh, hello, chair. Hello, mysterious chair with odd sound. Is that chair an imposter? Is this like a prop hunt? Is that chair fake? Is that a fake chair?
The arm did look weirdly like wiggly.
Right, it looked wiggly, and it also made the camera started to make sounds as we look at it.
Yeah.
That's bull.
Humming. Yeah.
Right. This feels like a fake chair, an imposter chair.
Oh.
It's a chair betwixt, and then we turn away from it, and it stops. And now we turn 180 degrees from it, and we hear it in the background.
So if we're in like direct alignment with this chair, you can hear it.
Yeah, we're in whatever zone of electromagnetic wave or resonance that it's making in that moment.
Yeah.
But it feels like this is kind of like a prop hunt.
It's
sort of
done it to
situation
me
where it's like,
twice.
it's not really a chair. It's like an entity that's disguising itself as a chair. When a chair isn't really a chair. Wow.
Weird window placement.
Oh! Look at Arnold Schwarzenegger. I didn't expect to see cameo Arnold Schwarzenegger. I'm very excited about that.
Wow.
Wow, look at that. Oh, I was so excited. Sorry.
If he broke into my house, I'd be all right.
Yeah, I'm not gonna argue with that.
Yeah, oh, I was just so excited. I was just so excited to see him.
I'm sorry, sir. Oh my gosh.
Oh man, and also, sir, if you're looking for some clothing, might I interest you in some amazing jackets brought to you by LumenOfficial.com.
Especially the black jacket would really complement the aesthetic we got going on in this poster.
Right, the black would have matched very well with the exterior of this. And add a little color with that nice liner. Nice little paisley color, a little pop of green.
Would look great on you, Arnie.
Oh, perfect. And guess what? With his sizing, we got a size that'll absolutely fit that physique.
Yeah. The
Yep.
guns will be accentuated.
Accentuated. You look fantastic. Arnold Schwarzenegger poster jump scare. Proud of myself for that one.
Yeah. Very cool.
Yep.
Cool liminal house, buddy.
Hey, it looks like you got a lot of extra storage space here. This basement, if you finish it, great man cave.
That's true. Put some LEDs on the top.
Oh, great. Set up some video games, maybe an arcade cabinet down here.
Ooh.
Golden.
Pool table.
Oh yeah, that's expanding your square footage too. That's gonna boost resale value. It's great. Because now all of a sudden it's finished land. You could add that to the square footage. If it's unfinished, you can't add that to the square footage report.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, I know, right? Fun fact.
There you go.
Glad I could help. Oh, look at this.
Creepy.
This is absolutely a Midwestern basement. I can appreciate how big it is.
Cafe looks like this? Huh.
I would say so. This looks like a lot of the basements that I grew up around. Oh, that is...
You had that in your basements?
Certainly not. You know, I'd be worried about... This is taking out a core structural foundation of this house.
Huh.
We're losing the cinder block here. I am very concerned with upper levels.
The curviness of this hole, right? It's a weird shape.
It's almost as if they collabed with the Kool-Aid Man here.
Oh yeah!
Oh yeah! What's that sound in my basement? Oh yeah!
That would be awesome. The back rooms collaborating with women, collaborating with the Kool-Aid Man.
Yeah.
Really, will the collabs not cease?
Put them together, they collabed with Kool-Aid Woman.
That's the character that's coming out of this.
You're hitting my weak spot again. My red glowing button is being injured once more.
And I like it because it hurts him a good bit, you know?
Is this your new catchphrase?
Well, I don't know, at least for right now. I like that it's happened more than once, you know?
The thing I thought you were going to call out here is the shape of this is roughly similar to the shape that was the glass.
That's exactly what I was going to call out.
Well done.
Thank you.
Good job.
Yeah, it had a very, like, weird kind of curvy to it.
It does. It has.
But I had to stop for the Kool-Aid man.
I understand. I appreciate that. But yeah, it does match, like, here. Slightly, maybe not as close as I thought. And definitely much bigger, but
it like
maybe it grew.
The top goes this way, and then this part's flat. This one has like a. I want to be careful with my hands here.
Like this. Like those curves.
Respectfully.
Yeah, that's concerning.
Watchdog. Backroom's watchdog.
Wow, it's like this basement has all sorts of secret rooms.
Right? Oh.
Oh. Uh-oh. That's never a good sign. Oh, whoa. Oh! Oh, he do be no clipping. He no clip in his back rooms.
Woo.
I was gonna make a joke here. Is this like the Ben Azalart video where we have suddenly discovered a secret room inside my own house? Is it the secret 7-Eleven the whole time?
I built a secret back rooms. Yeah, we're on the same page.
Dude, you and me, the two brain cells, man.
Yep.
Yes.
No more than that.
But no less.
There's a secret bounce house in my basement.
Whoa!
I built a back rooms in my back room.
Fortnite in the back rooms.
Women in the bathrooms.
Yeah, again, in case you guys don't know, the huge trend on YouTube this year, the whole like secret rooms inside existing households or whatever. And so most often they're playing Fortnite in those back rooms.
Oh yeah, Fortnite is in the room. There's Prime is in the room a lot.
Oh,
A lot of Prime in those rooms.
Yeah.
Prime rooms right there.
That's amazing. So yeah, in absence of Backrooms content officially on King Pixel's channel, there's been plenty of Backrooms content on literally every other Kids and Family channel this year on YouTube.
So true.
Okay, so let's do this one.
Yeah.
So we're entering into this found space. Okay, so we got the spooky flashes. And then what causes us to no clip exactly?
Right?
Are we pushed? No. I'm not seeing anything approaching us. Because that's just the tilt of the camera there.
Yeah.
So nothing's. Do we just fall randomly through the world? Yeah, I guess so. And we're done. The bacteria, the virus, the entity.
Yes.
He tends to cause electromagnetic flashes, doesn't he? Or no? It's been a while. It's been a while.
So I know that when in one of the later videos that we watched, he was there when the green light was flashing, when that woman went into that room, right? But when he walks around, do you mean just like the general light flashing?
Yeah.
Yeah. That sounds...
Because there's a couple times in the series when we've seen lights kind of failing.
Right.
I'm trying to think, because I know one of the first instances, right, is there's the one video where we're like in a laboratory and we see the book and the green light flashes.
Yes.
And that's like what we postulated as the like very first moment of the series, or kind of like the start of the Backrooms, and it creates a time loop.
Right.
Have we seen other moments of flashing lights? Especially associated with the bacterium or the living entity, the monster?
I mean, I don't know if it's a flash or just like a glitch when Tench gets lost from or separated from his group. But there is like a flashing effect that happens there. I don't know if that's, but that's also not.
We also haven't been in. No, because you're right with the ball when she's in the garage and she's bouncing the rubber ball. In a previous upload, we see someone bouncing a rubber ball because there's like very clearly a no-clip little square.
Yeah, it's like marked out with blue painter's tape.
Right, and then eventually it like expands and she falls into it,
Yes.
right? So that one, I don't remember if it flashed. And then the first one, he's just outside, so you wouldn't see any sort of electromagnetic flashing.
Right.
Interesting. I'm just wondering if this is now what's associated with moments when portals open or when people are getting ready to no-clip.
Yeah.
He slid down the slide. Woo! That looks actually delightful.
Yeah.
That would be really fun if I just slid into the back rooms.
Right? Or like the classroom this appears to be.
Right, yeah. Is this like a new layer, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
Because we had layer 1, which is the yellow wallpaper. Level 2 was the pool. We saw like the green pools at one point.
Right.
Oh, he's trying to climb back up. No, wait. Spider. Spider. I've watched enough Ninja Warrior to know. Use those legs. Lock in those legs.
Clearly did not work. It's also very wrinkly in there.
I did not know.
This is a surprise to me. I did not anticipate this.
Who could have assumed that there was a whole conference center underneath my house?
The landlord did not disclose this.
See, this is a YouTube video in the making.
Is
right
this
here.
square footage that they could disclose
Yes,
in the
because
listing?
because it's finished.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
Then you probably should have known.
Yeah, this is huge, man. Now the question I have is it zoned for commercial real estate or residential?
Oh.
Because this is looking like it's being used for commercial purposes, but technically I'm assuming that this was originally zoned for residential. You're gonna get into some complications there.
Yeah, that's probably a decent thing to work out.
Yeah,
Maybe do a legal speed run of it.
Tax assessments might be a little iffy. However, if you're someone like us who are, historically running a business in their own basement, this would be great.
Yeah.
Like, we are this consumer. We're like, yes, please.
Imagine if our conference room was this big.
Oh my gosh, it'd be amazing.
Expanded gamer zone.
And in order to get in there, you all had to slide through my cabinetry.
We walk in the front door at the beginning of the day and you just pull the lever and fall down the slide.
Enter through the cabinets.
It's like wait below to skip and then just like dive in under the dishwasher.
Pretty awesome, actually. I do appreciate that they're also using some of those high-quality office chairs. Those are peak ergonomic.
My back is so supported.
Oh.
Let's go lumbar.
that lumbar's just relaxing. It's living its best life.
Lumbar life.
Oh, electricity works, great. Someone's been paying the bills. Appreciate that.
Duke energy.
We did see that Duke reference, which was interesting. So we're getting those. That call out is an interesting one because it's a lot of different places that are referenced, right? We get Oklahoma City, we get Duke, which would be North Carolina, but the basement layout feels very like Midwestern in a lot of ways. It eliminates places like California. I didn't realize.
No one told me about this.
This was not on the original listing. Love it or listed, I love it.
Oh, sure.
Which is a reference back to the other found footage where she found like the giant chair in the middle room.
Yeah.
Don't touch it, that is art right there, that placement of that chair. Art.
Performance.
You know you're not curious about the packages that you just passed and like what the address might be or anything like that?
It's a crime to open and investigate someone else's mail.
So this then goes, so this is again one of those times where it goes back to one of the earlier theories that we had about this being a simulation or like an AI creation in some way, like the backrooms being like this infinitely generated AI system, because the computer will do things correctly, but in a wrong, like, but not understand the purpose of it, right? So what initially got us on this theory was the first time we really got deep into the back rooms and we open up a house and the hallways are slightly too narrow and the house itself is filled with a bunch of road signs. And and it's a repeated road sign. And so individually, it's one of those things where like, oh, it is using things properly, but it's doing it in weird ways. So like here, a door, yes, should be against the wall, and the conference table would be in the middle of a room. But to have a door and a conference table against each other like this makes no sense. And a human brain would know that, but a computer or AI brain might not understand that. And then to couple that with also here's bricks.
Yeah.
You've got the right idea, kind of, but there's something lost in translation, right?
Right.
So it seems to be reinforcing, like if we have now slid into the back rooms, and this is like a new level of the back rooms, this is reinforcing kind of one of the early theories that we had, that kind of like computer simulation that has gone awry or is misreading the data or not quite fully understanding what it's supposed to do with door, cable, wall.
Right. Gotcha.
Whoa, what's your stream? Okay, that's stairs.
Long word for stairs.
Was it? You said long word for stairs.
Yeah. Is that?
Right, what is that?
It looks like it started with an E, but I wasn't sure.
Escalator? Is it like an escalator sign? Huh. Right, it does feel very intentionally put there. But again, you have this idea of like, here is a sign for stairs or an escalator or something, but there is no stairs or escalator.
It's chairs.
Yeah. So it's missing the point. It's things that you would expect to see in an office building or an office setup, but not the right locations.
Yeah. Misplaced assets.
Yeah. Also, just calling this one out too. So far, and granted we're on a different level, but we aren't seeing any yellow rooms. So if I'm, again, A24 and I want Kane to promote his series or release another installment or whatever, you're not riffing off of the hazmat suits, the yellow wallpaper or anything like that yet. Which allows me to like, hey, this is a backrooms thing, but it's not riffing on any of the iconography that I, A24, have purchased from you or like have the rights to.
I could also see it as like extending out the universe beyond yellow.
Oh, certainly.
And then potentially yellow coming in later.
Yes, I could see that too. And I think that's a good call out. Over the last couple videos, Kane was working at expanding the universe in a lot of ways, where we saw the pool room, like you mentioned.
Yeah.
So we've been seeing different layers to the whole thing. So that could also be a possibility.
There was some of that coming again.
Right? I heard that too.
What was that? Ooh.
Oh. Seeing that flicker.
She's down.
Suspicious.
You did it. Vu, you okay?
I'm staying in this area.
Yeah, if I were to like look at the iconography or things that I would buy, like in a visual license, it'd be yellow.
You remember that.
Color yellow, the concept of yellow. Like the jacket, this amazing. Illuminofficial.com merchandise. Legacy collection.
Get it while it's hot.
It would be yellow, it would be hazmat suits. It would be the entity, the monster.
Yeah, bacteria.
Yeah. So I'll be curious if we see any of that in this. Because it's also been years since the last a year since the last Backrooms?
We were in the yellow studio.
Yeah, it's a while.
Yeah.
The yellow studio for the yellow Backrooms. Microwave.
Microwave chamber.
Right?
Long couch.
Again.
Yeah,
Indeed.
man. So true.
Really? Do you think you tried multiple times? How many times are you trying to climb back up your cabinet before you give up?
Yeah, I feel like I would have given it at least 3 tries.
At least a solid 3.
We saw once, but...
Okay. Right, you have the mixing of the office space and the like personal living room space.
Residential or commercial?
It's a mixture of both.
Who's to say?
Tax assessor's gonna have a field day with this property.
Looks yellowish past
I was gonna say that looks like a back rooms right there.
Huh.
So is it showing multiple levels down? Right? Right? That's what the tax assessor's
Win
asking.
3 wagers. Do I feel like doing that right now? I don't know. I could do the mark mods and resources during the Win 3
And the layout
Majors.
is just fascinating. Really, really cool. Oh.
Hello.
Oh, bonus chair.
Oh my gosh. Lazy boys.
Oh, secret recliners. Okay, so we're seeing like hints of a back rooms.
Notes of back room.
Notes of yellow.
Warm undertones.
But we're not going to go there. That's copyright land. Instead, secret room. An even backer rooms.
Whoa.
Gotta appreciate his commitment to filming.
Right?
That's one of the things that I always appreciate in the Backrooms videos. These people are doing a great job of making sure the camera is ready to go the whole time.
I'm sure it's also a strategy, right? Like if you're lost and let's say you didn't watch the
Actually
film
kind of
about
impressive,
how to
the-
survive the backrooms, then having a camera.
Because I would imagine
is a way
most
to,
of
like,
this
mark
is
progress.
Accurate.
like 3D environment.
Aw,
Wait a minute.
we have that.
We have that very mat.
That
Whoa.
exact rug.
That's amazing.
Oh my gosh. Is our conference room in the backrooms? Whoa.
That's pretty exciting.
That is pretty exciting.
How does it feel? You have a famous rug.
It feels like an honor.
It should.
We're now canon in the back rooms.
That rug connects us to the backrooms.
Is this the Backrooms Theorist Conference Room collab?
Whoa, collabing with everyone.
Whoa.
And because I'm now canon in Gravity Falls, this is Backrooms collabing with Gravity Falls.
Oh my goodness.
Bill Cipher is yellow, like your jacket envies walls.
Whoa.
3-way collab.
Whoa. Oh my gosh.
The Yellow Cipher Rooms Collection.
Ciphers, Cipher.com.
Okay, I'm gonna
a
go
lot
back
of
to
different
Gorilla
internet
Kraken.
franchises use ciphers, right? Such as the Poppy Playtime Chapter 1 recap.
Yes, it does.
Backrooms Poppy Playtime collab.
But now the only obvious thing that has to happen is Huggy Wuggy bursting out through one of these walls.
And you know, Huggy Wuggy is kind of lanky.
Kind of like
Kind
this
of wiggly.
shit. Oh,
You know,
look
maybe
at that.
Huggy Wuggy is the bacteria from the backrooms.
Who is also the Kool-Aid Man.
Oh yeah.
Have you ever stopped to play with little cars on your rug, Sam? The reason we're calling Sam into this is this is Sam and Josiah's rug, by the way. Like it is a rug that exists in their part of the office.
Yep.
Just in case you were confused why we keep tossing it to Sam for this. They are the owners of this children's rug.
Proud owners.
Proud. So do you ever play with little Hot Wheel cars? And I go,
I've done that, but not with cars because I don't have any little Hot Wheels. But I've done it with like.
I'll hook you up with Ollie. You and Ollie, he'll spot you a couple Hot Wheels.
Let's go. I'll put an hour on my calendar. Him and I'll sit together and play
Yeah,
cars. Perfect.
Sam and Ollie collab.
Yeah.
Whoa!
It's all coming together.
The epic collab that everyone wanted. Sam x Ollie. Ooh, we got to the right yellow. Oh yeah. This is
Nice.
very close to it.
They're focusing a lot on this rug.
It's
too.
a huge rug.
Also worth noting,
Huge
2
floor.
hospitals in this town.
Yeah.
These people are very medically supportive. I think that's great.
It's very aware of their medical needs.
Everyone is so healthy.
Good for them. What a way to prioritize.
Yeah.
They also did a cut on that one, which is interesting.
Yeah.
Implies that it's important some way. Oh, and this is the furniture warehouse.
Ashley Furniture Store.
I feel like I've been to this furniture store before.
The capture target has
Tastefully separated couches.
to extract. We need our
And that one says
subjects brought
exit.
back
I wouldn't believe it.
You found the target. Capture them quickly
Nope.
before they escape.
We need an exit sign.
The corrupted enemies are dropping reactant. Collect it.
Why I oughta open that door. Oh,
A prosecutor
and
is
it's
approaching.
more rooms.
Woo!
Don't you want to check out those couches?
There's a heavy unit
I wanted to spend more time with those couches. Try out some of them, sit on them.
Yeah, I need to take a break from all this walking.
Right? He's getting his steps in. One positive thing to say about being in the back room.
excellent work.
Yep.
We'll interrogate the
One great thing to say about the back rooms, you are getting your steps in, man.
So true. Active zone minutes.
headed your way.
Oh.
Close those rings.
Close those rings.
Huh.
Okay. Huh. Is it blockading that? Like trying to...
Right, is it a barricade?
Right? Looks like it.
Or is it just like acid? Don't... Bleh.
Could be either.
Yeah.
That is the mystery of the back rooms.
Oh.
There's a sign. Let's read that sign. Let's approach that sign and read that sign.
Notice.
Notice what? Notice.
No smoking.
No smoking. This. What's the bottom one? This area. No smoking. Something. No.
Blank in this area.
Yep, in this area.
Yeah, in this area. Yep, I see that. No smoking in this area. Like, is this a stock asset somewhere?
Yeah.
I swear. Yes.
Really, regardless of the lore of the backrooms, what I'm most hyped about is really the amazing display of seating materials of all shapes and sizes.
They really want you to like hunker down.
Like maybe the backrooms is just a glorified furniture warehouse showcasing all the different ways that you can sit down and rest your weary legs.
Yeah.
Check out these couches from all eras. Look at these chairs, office, residential.
Furniture retailers were actually the first to utilize the back rooms for this reason.
It's great.
You're gonna be walking, so you might as well be sitting.
I gotta say, I love going to furniture stores as a kid.
Right? That's weird.
Summoning circle?
With like books?
Or like a fairy
And
circle in
tea?
some way? Like
Yeah.
a fairy ring? I was talking to Steph about this the other day, like fairy rings, how like mushrooms grow out into a ring pattern in like your yard.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But
Which-
instead of mushrooms, it's literature?
Yeah, literature ring.
Ooh.
A book circle, if you will.
Love that. Next book club, I know our formation.
But, I mean, so we joke about this idea of like fairy rings, or you said mushrooms growing in that pattern. Again, one of the key components of this series is fungus, right? Like the entity we've hypothesized is some sort of like fungus creature potentially. We've seen the like spores infecting certain members of the back rooms who have been down here, and they possess some sort of like fungus growing inside of them. So the idea of this being kind of like maybe like a fungal formation, or kind of being one step removed from a thing that a fungus would form is kind of interesting.
Like a bacterial and or fungal spread?
Yeah. Classic PA system. It's nice that they have a system of delivering announcements in this area.
We are really lingering.
I think I've got most of my stuff done that I needed to do. Did you need to do anything, Jinx?
Yeah.
What's he seeing down here?
It's really hard to say. You can see kind of in that back corner there are some, like, maybe tiny appendages.
Here, I'm opening up Photoshop.
Woo!
So let's see if we can see anything about what this might be. Adjustments to brightness. Let's try brightness first, just to see what we can tell. It's like, oh my god. And that helped not at all. Let's try exposure. This might give us something a little bit more extreme. No, not particularly. Okay, no. How about we do levels? Let's try that. Maybe give us
That was
a
the
little
wrong
more
vote.
range out of the black area.
Even.
No.
Hmm.
Get us out. No, that's gonna be too black. Shoot.
Yeah,
Nothing.
it's completely
not,
obscured.
Not giving us anything. I remember the days when people hid stuff in shadows. Right? Okay. I can't tell. I don't even know what. It's like, oh no, a crawl space. Vaguely similar to many of the other crawl spaces I've seen.
My crawl space with
I
like
plug this one in.
strangely arranged sticks.
It does have something back there that vaguely resembles fingers.
Fingers, yeah. I was thinking that like those appendage. Yeah.
Right? Maybe? Is there like a body back there?
I feel like if there was a body that they would want us to see that, right?
Probably.
So I don't know. Maybe we're supposed to be focusing in on it so that we get jump scared effectively with this like sharp turnaround.
And by analyzing it, we've completely killed the jump scare.
Yeah.
Jump scare. You are getting out of there, man. If I hear something.
It's weird music.
You can hide in that drop ceiling, potentially.
Yeah.
Yeah, you go. Ooh.
I
Did we
heard
notice
ya.
this before? Did we notice that before?
Huh. Wiggly's on the ground.
I didn't know if it might just be dirt or whatever. It struck me as weird from this angle.
Yeah.
In the middle of an otherwise clean room. Nope. Nope.
I'm trying to leave. I don't want any trouble.
It wants trouble.
Yeah.
It do want that trouble.
Sorry, buddy.
Shut the door. Yeah, you should have gone through the exit. Nope. Yeah, just maybe put a sofa.
Sure.
Get that blockade going.
Yeah. Nice sofa.
No.
So many options too. They're right there.
Really? Take your pick. That thing blows open.
Who is it?
Polite knock.
Yeah.
Nope. No one home. We don't want any.
Dude.
Wow, that person does not know how to use door handles.
I certainly not. Only force.
So that is interesting though, right? That idea of it does not understand how to use handles. Because it's not like the door was locked.
No.
And it's not like the door was hard to open for him at all. And yet, whatever this creature entity is that's chasing him at this moment or trying to get to him, knew enough to knock at the door, but then is breaking through the door rather than doing the very obvious thing of turning the handle.
I mean, it could be a matter of like, it's not that it didn't know to use the knob, but maybe it couldn't.
Right.
Right? So it could be like a dexterity thing.
It could be.
Where a knock is just like slamming something against the door, and then with additional force, you can knock down that door further.
Right, as opposed to being able to grab and turn something.
Yes.
I mean, it also goes to what you were saying earlier, Matt, though, where like it knows enough to do something kind of right, but then it can't follow through.
Right? Yeah, so I could see it being both ways, right? Because the original bacterium fungal virus thing that the entity first was doesn't look like it has usable hands, or it doesn't really have like dexterous hands in a lot of ways, so I can see that. But exactly to your point, same thing. It's like, oh, door, I knock it. It's funny, as much as I hate referencing FNAF in so many things, like FNAF has done everything in its books and stuff, so there's like a reference for everything in the series at this point.
Yeah.
But the Mimic, I know, I'm so sorry.
That's rough.
I apologize.
That's rough.
But in the Mimic stories, one of the key factors of it is they're able to slow its progress down in the epilogues of the books by closing doors on it. And there's a whole sequence in one of the epilogues where the Mimic is presented with a door and it doesn't understand how to open it. Like, it goes through its thought process and the like computer programming that it has, and it's like it doesn't register the idea of I can grab a handle and turn it and open it. Which is a complex process that its AI does not know how to handle. It just knows find wall, turn away from wall kind of thing.
Gotcha.
So in this case, exactly to that, it might not be programmed to understand this is how you open a door.
Another simulated thing in a simulated space.
Exactly.
Okay.
Right?
Weird.
They gotta recycle those jugs, man.
Maybe not right now. Later.
You know what? And that's the attitude that kills Mother Nature. Okay?
But keeps you alive.
Not right now, later, yeah. Wow, that's cool. Wow. That's pretty awesome, actually.
Yeah.
I love that. We in space. Not really, but it's cool. Big cityscape. I love every time the Backrooms does these moments where it's like, look at how much bigger this place is. You're like, oh, geez. Like, this is wild, man. It's a chest-high wall, man. I bet if you just do a mild jump, you can get up there.
Boing.
Just like a little, like, heave-ho. Just a little classic heave-ho.
That was a cut.
Okay, he did do the classic heave-ho. He got up there a little bit.
Okay.
Or just observe from the balcony. Haha! I have achieved slightly higher status than you.
I'm like Rapunzel.
Ooh.
This is wild.
Is this the city from the rug?
Oh, interesting.
Is that what we're seeing here? Has it registered? Has, again, this idea of simulations and not understanding them completely, has it absorbed the idea of here is a city, here's a layout, here's a plan with a rug, and then it translates that into a physical location? The reason I ask is because you got
blue slide.
The blue slide specifically, and I'm...
If it has 2 hospitals.
Right? That's how we know for sure. How many hospitals does this simulated thing have? Here we go. Sam, you would know better than me. Does your rug have a blue slide with a very basic looking house?
I think it might.
If nothing else, the style of it feels very similar.
It's on brand.
Right, like the very clear primary colors of red, yellow, and blue fit. There's not a specific slide, but even like the house, the very rudimentary like rectangular house with very basic windows.
Yeah, it's not pulling it one for one.
Right.
But maybe using it as information.
Like how simple all the textures are, how flat the green space is and everything. It's very, I took this rug and I made it into reality.
Right. That's...
He's having a good old time.
So
Yahoo!
Woo!
Yeah, you just... I don't think hiding in a very heavily windowed building is going to be your best bet here, Brenda.
No.
Oops. See, someone decided to turn on the lights. See the benches and stuff? It just feels... It feels rug adjacent. Rug inspired. It's serving simple child's toy rug.
Yeah.
Oh, we got those pits.
Whoosh. Okay.
Nice. I love the geometry. I love the layouts of these places. It's so cool. Endlessly fascinating.
It's in sculpture hunt.
More chairs.
Chairs everywhere. Because the computers know you need chairs.
Gotta sit.
In a very clean environment, it
It's
does make the texturing or like the marker.
Technically, it's a race mission, but I consider the whole thing sort of a race mission.
There's like maybe like some sort of body or something laying down there.
Okay. This is more classic back room.
Closer, right?
Yeah.
It's not quite the same.
I do them on Titania because
It's closer, yeah. It's not yellow.
I can do the whole mission super fast.
But it does feel in that backroom style. It's much more beaten up around here too.
Yeah.
Like you're seeing a lot of staining on the walls, stuff falling out of the ceiling.
Right.
Huh.
Oh, other side.
I wonder.
Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching.
So, in and out to get the it's in sculpture in
No, I was
a minute
about
and 49
when
seconds.
We're marking their progress with like smudges and stuff as they were going along, or like trying to get things off the ceiling.
Sure.
Right. That can be
While
something
I'm
like
watching the
also,
video
smiley.
on
Do you
the
see
back
smiley faces in
rooms
that wall? 'Cause I kind of do.
new release video.
Here, like.
Please.
Here. So.
Please explain.
One eye, happy, unibrow. Unibrow, one eye, other eye, happy.
You know, we all see our clues in different places.
What? You don't see it?
I see a fungal ring represented by books, and you see happy faces represented by a poorly plastered wall. What do we think? Back rooms? Is it back rooms?
I mean, we are certainly back in some rooms. We have spent most of this time in rooms.
Yeah. They're more like bottom rooms at this point. Not so much back rooms, They're more like lower rooms.
Did you need to do any?
Back to get to the rooms, you know?
Like, did you need to do any missions or anything? Because I've kind of caught up on everything that I need to do in this. Other than doing like profit taker mission, not profit. The index for like 3 turns. I'm double miking.
I can do the index for 3 turns for the night wave. I haven't done that yet.
Suggests advising the locals to initiate adequate water filtration protocols, lest the radiofluorine levels cause their fingernails to fall off. Otis is ready to assist.
Tired again. Okay. Well, I'm not getting anything new to do right now. So I could switch to Starstruck Vagabond. But I think I'm just going to go and head out early, make it a short stream of only like 3 hours. It'd be longer than me. Since, like, if you don't need anything to do, and I'm kind of caught up except for a money mission that I don't really need to do, I can do on another day. Or I'd much rather, like, run it with somebody who needs to do it. That would be better. Or like run it with somebody who wants the secret achievement. Do you know of the secret achievement from the index? This banner right here is the secret reward from the index, by the way. There's a secret boss in the index called John Prodman. And if you do the mission and meet him, because you can't fight him. He's too powerful. So you can meet him, but you can't kill him because he's too powerful. he will give you his superhero poster. So after you like meet him, and he does his like superhero moves and stuff, and then he leaves because again, he's too powerful. You can't beat him. He does send you his signed, autographed poster. So, you know. So he's a prod man, but he's like in the... What happened was there was some like endless mission. Hold on, let me actually look up the wiki so I can get you the actual story of John Prodman. Because it was like a story of what happened in some players' missions, right? And then DE's like, that's cool. So they put it in the game as a secret boss. Let's see. Being a part of the Corpus can be rough, but that does not mean they are without hope. For among them lives a legend, a man who fears nothing, an unyielding hero against those who would stand in the way of profit. His name is John Prodman. John Prodman is a rarely encountered enemy in the Index, similar to Clem. So Clem is another one. Prodman has his roots as an internet meme within the Warframe community. According to the description of his autograph, he's an employee of Onyo Corp. And was recently awarded Employee of the Month. Origins. So I'll show you what I'm reading. Okay. On March 1st, 2014, a user by the name of Lycia posted a thread entitled "The Most Badass Ever in Warframe," where during an infested invasion, Lycia documented a prod crewman, so this is like a level 4 basic biatch corpus, okay, taking on Forid, and despite all odds, surviving the encounter. So they witnessed a random corpus fighting the Forid boss. So just this, the prod man only have like a stun or a shock melee weapon. So they're playing the game, right? And just through happenstance, one of the corpus during this infested invasion with the Forid boss on the tile set, one of the random corpus, right, is fighting the boss and doesn't get killed, right? So they wrote about how this like random corpus minion was a badass because they're like fighting on the level of the Warframes, right? So is taking on 4 despite all surviving the encounter. Other players noted that the crewman's bravery and subsequently exaggerated his accomplishments and ultimately christened the lone crewman John Prodman. So DE, you know, hears about this meme about this one badass, you know, Prodman. And over time, Digital Extremes grew aware of John's existence, or the story about him, and has since canonized the crewman in a blog post on the official site. In the post, the developers talk about John's exploits. So he's like, literally, there's stories about him now. Such as being the first crewman to replace Zanuka as the Corpus Employee of the Month, and turning down a Detron in exchange for his trusty Prova, which is a little shock weapon. And if need be, his fists. Digital Extremes also stated that John is the prod crewman present in promotional videos involving the Corpus. So whenever you see like a prod man in one of their like little things, that's him. typically those with a humorous slant. Instead of openly flaunting his incredible bravery and physical prowess out on the battlefield, John Prodman chooses to keep himself far from the spotlight, only emerging when the Corpus need him the most. It is also rumored that all other prod crewmen are named after John's legacy, and that he only appears when the crewmen need him the most. Okay, so John Prodman can only be found as an enemy unit in the Index, regardless of what group of brokers and the players are currently facing, or the investment risk tier the players choose to go on the lowest level. He will always appear via a column of light. He literally comes in a column of light after 1 hour, but only shows up once per match, so he won't come in any more times, with further hours not triggering his appearance. So you have to go into the Index for an entire hour, and then he'll like come in a beam of light. His reputation might suggest he wields a powerful prova against the Tenno, and unlike many enemies, also uses it for blocking, so he'll block your shots. He's also able to teleport around the arena and perform an attack similar to Rhino's Rhino Charge. I've never seen him be defeated. He just kind of leaves. When defeated, he will cross his arms. Yeah, he just stands there, shrug nonchalantly and teleport away. So you say he's defeated, but he doesn't go down. He just kind of stands there for a moment, shrugs, and he teleports away out of the same column of light, dropping his autograph poster. So it's do you really defeat him? Because he's just you're a worthy opponent. Okay, here's my autograph. I don't consider that a defeat. Everything else in the game breaks down, and he's just okay, I acknowledge you. And then it's I'm gonna fuck off now. He goes back to where he came from. So the enemies will be around level 250, which is he'll be around that level at that time. But that's the secret boss in the game that hardly anybody's ever fought, because you've got to do the Index for an hour. And you get that poster. And a lot of people don't even know that it exists, because they don't know that he exists. But the people that know, that's why I have it in the front of my ship over there to the side, so that the people that are aware can see that, I've beaten John. I think we did it without the enemy turning in any points, at all. They had 0 points after an hour. Okay. But I think that's it. I think I'm gonna get off and it's coming up on 4 hours. 3 to 4 hours is a decent short stream. That's not too bad. I don't feel too bad. Okay, Jinx, you have a good night. Take care. Peace. Stay safe. I'm out. Unless somebody needs something. There's nobody saying anything. I'm gonna take that as a no. Later.